Hey everyone, today I have in front of me the LEGO Star Wars New Republic X-Wing Starfighter for the Mandalorian and Grogu Movie. It released April 1st, 2026 and has a price tag of $70. This is set number 75460. It has 558 pieces, comes with 2 minifigures and an astromech droid. I really like the Mandalorian and Grogu style box for these sets, and I think the box art of the X-Wing flying in space looks very cool as well. This X-Wing is a nice change to see from the usual Luke Skywalker's X-Wing. There was the X-Wing and TIE Fighter mashup for Rebuild the Galaxy, which wasn't Luke's, but it was the usual red. So when this set was revealed, just seeing that blue color scheme looked very cool, and this is also the second ship we've got for the New Republic, the first being the E-Wing. The side of the box shows the minifigures with the Mandalorian and Grogu logo. And then on the back of the box, it shows the play features of the X-Wing and just another look at the minifigures in action with a very cool looking background of the New Republic base that will be shown in the movie. This is just a very cool sneak peek, and I'm very excited to see the New Republic again. Once the box is open, there is a sticker sheet with the instruction manual and a total of 5 numbered bags. So let's get started with the minifigures, with the first one being Colonel Ward, who is played by Sigourney Weaver. The X-Wing pilot suit looks about the same as previous minifigures, but the helmet has some very good printing, a lot of detail. There are 2 face prints, with the first one having a visor, and the second one is more of a default face without the visor. And there's just a look at the back printing. There is a hairpiece included, so you have a couple of options of how you'd want to display the minifigure, which I really do like. And overall, it's a good minifigure. The second X-Wing pilot is Carson Teva, who has appeared in multiple shows like The Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, and the Ahsoka TV series. Honestly surprised that he hasn't been included in any other Mandalorian set, but obviously this one makes the most sense. The X-Wing pilot suit is the same printing as Colonel Ward. The helmet is different. The printing here is nice as well, and just like Colonel Ward, there's a good amount of detail on each side. And with that blue and yellow for the New Republic's colors. The first minifigure, there are 2 faces, with the first one having the visor and the second one just being a default face. I like the minifigure, and definitely a cool character to get. I always liked when he made, a cameo within the shows. And then finally is the New Republic astromech droid in this green color, pretty much the same printing as R2-D2, just different color. It's always nice that the astromech head has 360-degree printing, but overall it's a solid astromech droid. Let's take a look at the New Republic X-Wing. I really do like the design. It's very similar to the one in the X-Wing and TIE Fighter mashup, as well as the 2021 version. I do have the 2018 and 2021 version, which I'll be showing side by side with this one later on in the review. There are a total of 10 stickers found throughout the build, and I just really love the blue color scheme. It's such a nice change of pace from the usual red. Very front of the X-Wing with that light bluish gray section is the same as the 2021 version, and the sides are the same as the X-Wing and TIE Fighter mashup, using a bunch of slopes. And I will say I do like that design more, and I'm glad they chose it for this one. Then there also are some stickers utilized on each side for some detail. On the underside is the landing gear. There is one in front and one on each wing, and you can retract them and move them in different positions. There's a lot more space to do it in the front than on the wings, kind of having to put them up against the engines whenever you're flying it. Heading towards the midsection, there is the same printed cockpit piece that's used for every other X-Wing, and of course you can fit a minifigure in there. There is a printed control panel, and then when you take the minifigure out, there's no studs. You simply just lay the fig in there, and I do like the dark tan and tan for the seat. And then behind the cockpit is where you can place the astromech droid on 2 studs. Now moving on to the 4 wings, each one is identical in design, and there are some stickers utilized for New Republic logos both on the side of the X-Wing and on each of the top wings. There are also a sticker on each of the top engine thrusters. On each wing is a stud shooter, which of course can fire a stud. The front of the 4 engine thrusters, as well as the 4 laser cannons, I think have a more accurate look here than the 2021 version. It's still not 100% accurate, but I do like the improvement. And here's a look at the underside wings. Like I said earlier, they're all the same design, just these are without these stickers. Now, of course, for the main function of the X-Wing, when the S-foils go into attack position, it's done very well here. It's the exact same as the 2021 version. You simply push down in the middle and it opens, and then to close them, you simply just push down on the wings. Very simple and easy feature to do, but obviously it does perform the accurate look. Then finally on the back are the 4 engine thrusters with translucent pink pieces for the exhaust. It's an accurate color. I think overall it's a good design back here, and I do really like the part usage of the chest piece from the Star Wars mechs as kind of the top of the rear section. Looks very good. So there actually is a compartment compartment back here, you lift up that mech piece I was talking about, and there's a little bit of space in there. So below those slopes are some translucent pink pieces, which could represent the hyperdrive, but like I said, there is just some space for the accessories that come in the set. And something I noticed with these back engines compared to the on-screen appearance and just other LEGO sets is the actual engine thrusters are pretty short here. So I don't know why they went with that design. There is a very small side build included, and it's just a ladder to be placed up against the X-Wing for the X-Wing pilots to get in. It's a very simple design. It's a nice inclusion, just a little something extra for the X-Wing. I do wish there was more though. Let's take a look at the 2018 and 2021 X-Wings next to the new one. They're all pretty similar in size. Now the 2021 version was $50 and this one is $70. So for $20 more, you're not really getting a lot extra. It definitely is a bit of an overprice. You can just see these similarities in the designs, but I really do think that this 2026 version is an improvement in multiple ways, especially the front of the X-Wings with those slope designs. I think it's just better than the flat sides that the 2021 had. And the 2021 version did have the exact same S-foils function, so nothing different there. Like I said, both do good. And then here's the 2018 version. It's seen better days. I've been missing a couple of pieces from it, but I do like this design overall just a little bit more. It just looks like there's a lot more detail overall, and also just the different parts used for some of the features. But like I said, the 2026 version still does look good. I'd say the biggest difference is the price tags. Now the 2018 was actually $80, had a lot more pieces though, and the 2021, like I said earlier, was $50, and this one has a $20 increase with not a lot more to show for it. The last side-by-side is another New Republic vehicle, the E-Wing, which released in 2023. They look good next to each other. Definitely awesome that we got the E-Wing and just two New Republic versions of these Starfighters. I'm hoping that LEGO continues and maybe makes a New Republic Y-Wing or something like that, but this is definitely very awesome to see. I think the overall design of this X-Wing is good. It's a improvement from previous versions. It's very refreshing to see a new version of the X-Wing and not Luke Skywalker's with that red color. Don't get me wrong, obviously Luke Skywalker's X-Wing is iconic, but getting this blue and white with the yellow accents for the New Republic is just a nice breath of fresh air. The worst thing about this set is that $70 price tag. It's following the trend of the overpricing of LEGO Star Wars sets, and here is not an exception. $70 is way too high for a Playscale X-Wing. If they were going to do a $20 increase to the 2021 version, they should have added a few more builds. I think that definitely would make this worth it if there was maybe a command center or some Empire build, or even just more minifigs. Now, as much as this is $70, I do want to mention that there was also another X-Wing release this year in March, and it is the LEGO Smart Play X-Wing, and that design is honestly very bad. It's super small and just chunky, but that one is $90, and then you have this one that's going to be on shelves next to it at $70, and you know, a way better design and actually a good size. I think it's just very interesting that LEGO went with that Smart Play design and then released this X-Wing like a month later. Now, I think that this might be the best Mandalorian and Grogu set. The Razor Crest is definitely in contention, but that one is also overpriced and is a bit downsized than the previous Playscale version. This one was definitely very exciting to see when all those sets were first revealed. Anyways, I do like this set, just that price tag is pretty bad, so I'd wait for a sale or maybe use some LEGO points. It's very cool to get a New Republic X-Wing, and I think the design is good. So definitely lightsaber slash that like button and hit subscribe with the bell on so you know when I upload. I hope you all have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.